All right, hello, this is Wmpyr here to talk about the flail technique. I uploaded how to technically do the flail technique and how to work on it. And I said it is a combat ready technique. So that is meant to literally be used. The way that you practice it, it's combat ready. Now, of course, if you do sparring training with it, it'll make you even more combat ready, or should I say that is essential to do before. Don't just practice the technique in the air and go, okay, I'm ready. The other thing is to make actual contact with something. So this would be like a tire and actually hit, the tire with it. So those are two things that you could do to make your flail technique actually really combat ready. But the technique itself really is designed to be used. Now, the question here, and this is the topic of this video, is how exactly do you use it? What is the intention? And the best way that I could describe it to you is think of a lion tamer. Okay, a lion tamer is very interesting. They have a whip and they have a small chair, right? Interesting enough, that small chair of the lion tamer and that tactic is mentioned in Captain Fairbairn's book of Get Tough. So that is a keen interest. And think about it. The lion tamer, would get destroyed by the lions that's there, that the lion tamer is controlling. So it is a psychological control, that essentially manipulation that you are doing. So if you're ever in a real life self-defense situation, that is what the flail is. Okay, you want to create distance. The flail can be used to create distance. Okay, so if you get your keys on a key ring and you swing that around someone's face, I don't care how tough they are, they don't want a bunch of keys going into their face, the eye area, the nose, all the sensitive areas. No one wants that. This is the natural reaction, is to move away, is to try to avoid that. So what that does is that creates space. Okay, if there already is space, you can use it to maintain space. So of course you could do this with a set of keys. With a stick, even better. Okay, you could use a baseball type of cap or hat or a jacket, whatever it takes. You might use improvised weapons, or you might have something like a flashlight and then you have a lanyard on it, or you may even have a knife and use the lanyard part and start swinging it around like a flail. Okay, so the flail we're not necessarily trying to make contact, but we're giving the illusion of doing so. Just like the lion tamer is not really trying to whip the lions. He's using the quick, rapid motion and the sound to make the lions go, all right, my bad. That's not where we're supposed to be. Okay, that's not the arrangement. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Okay, so for self-defense, this is awesome. Because from a legal aspect, like I said, we're not trying to maim or kill the other person. It is really for our defense. And it is an attack, yes, but it is a psychological attack, right? So it's in that sense, it's really not an attack. We are using it defensively, 100%. So that is the idea. Now, can you use it offensively and make physical contact and do damage with the flail? 100%, 100%. And I would recommend that you do that just so you know how devastating it could be. And that further tells you, I don't want to do this to somebody, because that is horrific, right? So learn the flail. Highly, highly recommend it. I think it's an awesome skill. Now, would I flail the entire time? So if I'm going to spar somebody, would I be flailing the whole time? No, I wouldn't. The lion tamer doesn't. He doesn't crack the whip every 2 seconds. No. So it's the same idea. I wouldn't do that. Okay, that would be bad. I would wear myself out. It's probably dangerous to me doing that. It doesn't make sense to do it. So, and I noticed that a lot of people that train in the Filipino martial arts of Kia, Kali, Escrima, Arnis, there's a point where you're trying to kind of like learn flail type motions because you're doing circular motions. And to me, the flail, all it is that the twirling that you do in Kali Escrima Arnis, more combat ready, more practical. That to me is the flail. That's the only difference, right? But everyone that does Kia is going to learn some type of very, very rudimentary flail type of thing. And the really, I don't want to say terrible instructors, but the ones that don't know what they're talking about will say, yeah, it's showy or whatever. And then the ones that do know what they're talking about can tell you that, no, it's not for show. This is an actual combat technique. And that's what I'm telling you here, is that this is, because that's the way it was taught to me. It's not me that figured it out, but it was taught to me that our stuff is, this is for self-defense. This is for combat. And I do remember my instructor way back when he did the technique which he called the 00, and it was a like a flail type motion that he did combined with another circle. I could have been here, could have been here. I don't remember, but he, and I was like, okay, I don't want to get close. I understood the flail right away. I understood the effectiveness. So that's what it is. And I hope that makes sense. That's it for now. I hope you guys learn it and add it to your self-defense arsenal. So that's it. Wmpyr over and out. Take care, folks.